Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Portal Stories Mailman. I'm gonna stumble over that
So about
name
before,
each time.
you can get why I said all that, right? I'd rather not have my one chance of escape have a panic attack and die on me after years of being suspended in a faulty relaxation vault. Which could be a real possibility, because as my records show, the old test could cause heart attacks after small exposure to the chemicals. And you were pumped full of them. So let's all
Hmm.
just take a breath and start over. My name's Virgil. I'm a core from up in the Enrichment Center. And before you even
Hmm.
think of asking, yes, there is a building above you, and yes, I came from it. I'm not crazy. Don't be too alarmed though. A lot's changed since you got put on ice.
So Virgil is a core, not a human. There's a real problem with these subtitles though. I wish there was a way to adjust that, but I don't think there is. Like like these subtitles are back behind this part. But yeah, there's no way to put a black background behind it, so almost every time there is text in the lower right hand corner, you can't read the text because it is then the similar enough yellow color to the yellow portal gun, um, which once again, just a little bit of improvement there, a little bit of QA testing would have almost certainly highlighted that as an issue. Seems like we probably are going to get up to that edge at some point. I don't think we ever ran into a core named Virgil in Portal 2, but in general, the cores seem to be fairly incompetently designed AIs, and they seem to not really be on a level of any major difference than GLaDOS herself, in the fact that it does seem fairly obvious that GLaDOS as an AI was a flawed homicidal uh, object and or AI, and I imagine Virgil very possibly is going to be a flawed homicidal uh, core. There's a lot of spaces here where it feels like you could just crouch down and crawl through here, and that kind of really highlights the genius as far as how Portal 2 and Portal 1 were designed, specifically made so that you wouldn't have any sections that you felt like you might be able to reach, even though you actually can't reach them. Uh, Even in the damage sections, you very rarely would run into an area that felt like it was a place you were supposed to be able to reach. Okay, well, we have this, and I guess we have this. So we can go that way, which is great. We can grab this box, and then hope that perhaps you're a little bit safer than it seemed. I guess you are. Alright. Now I'm standing on the box, and take note that there really was no moving off the box animation. And you'd think maybe put some holes where you could pass a cube, if that was the idea. Apparently not. And I imagine you're not supposed to be able to reach that direction. What's our next goal? Hmm. See, I can go here. Or I could go through there. I could not shoot a cube, though, in this general direction. So unless I'm supposed to, like, jump and drop the box up there, like, I can do that. Sure. That works fine. But what's the next step here? This isn't an angled wall that would shoot you up. I mean, we could try this, I suppose. Which way, which direction are we trying to angle ourselves up to? There. Let's see. Hit that. Maybe put that there. A lot of opportunity here to fail. So let's figure out the direction. Was I anywhere close? No. It does feel like we're gonna constantly run into this problem with this being a community mod, though, where I very possibly am just not going to have a good idea. I'm gonna go right. There we go. It's just not gonna feed you the answers well enough, or lay the foundation of the platforming well enough to make it obvious that that is the thing you're supposed to do. It'll be half obvious from my experience of playing Portal 2. Frankly, it seems like you probably are going to have to save almost every time you see one of those, too. But yeah, half obvious is probably as good as it's going to ever get. Where regular Portal levels in Portal 1 and Portal 2 were so polished, so well designed, so well thought out. Is that hitting anything? No, so unless you're jumping down and bouncing on that pipe, which I don't think you are, I feel like there's a different solution. And there's no other, like, portal thing at all. I almost wonder if you're gonna jump up here and turn this valve instead of hitting the button. And remember, this kills you. If I stand on this, this puts a shield in front of me and lowers a shield in front of everybody else. A non-killing shield, but a shield nonetheless. Alright, well, the cube is here, so if I could put a portal here, take this with me, and then down we go through this, we should be fine. And then that lets us bring the cube into this area. which, can we do a little bit of a toss? Seems almost like this door is now intentionally blocked, so we can't get back into that area. Is there not another section over here? So the toss did work, and unfortunately though it screwed me, because now I can't get to the box. Well, yes I can. I can come over here, take that off, put that portal there, take that here. So you need to be able to toss it with it A, seemingly never going to actually fall back and damage itself, but B, also without you touching the fence in any way. Okay. How does any of this help me in the long run as far as getting back this direction? That's the real question. I think what you do, if I was to guess, you take this cube and you go this way. And be very careful to not break that cube. Okay. Well, that put us in a bad position, but this may be recoverable. Because I need to get the cube, I think, back on the platform. And I need to get back down that direction and kind of just reset the whole puzzle. So did I accomplish anything? I'm not sure I did. Is there a way I could get a portal on that side? No. Right, so you go here. Let's just start everything over again. Go here. How did I get over there? I shot myself down, didn't I? That's what I did, yeah. Did this to do that to get back to that to get to that point to get to this point. Just go to the right next time and line up. Place the cube. Okay. This feels convoluted. And we want to be able to get the cube now into that area. That way this is open, so I can put a portal there, but then I also need it to be open so that I can drop down this way, which I think inherently means I need 2 cubes, and I've only seen 1 cube. So what are we misunderstanding here? I don't know. I don't know. I need a cube here, right? Like absolutely for certain I need a cube here. Is there any way to get back into this room without it? Yes, there is. So I don't need a cube there. Alright. Alright, so let's do this. Okay. Just toss that. Okay. Best case scenario, put myself now. I think my only real choice is there. But I don't know if that's high enough. If I put myself there. I feel like I need to be able to jump all the way down. Can I get a new cube without using new portals? No. What triggers the bouncing? That. Ah, yeah, that has to be it. Doesn't it? This is trickier than it seems. I have to jump up and hit this valve, and then that changes the whole puzzle. Alright. See, going up here is not high enough to hit that. And make sure this is blue. Jump, and here, and miss. Well, okay. And I guess if you miss, then you have to reset yourself. Jump, and here, and here. It's this valve. It's totally this valve. Maybe even this is like an internal homage to Valve, instead of it just being a valve. Let's turn it a little bit that direction in the hopes that that would lead to us looking in the right direction. Nope, we're looking in the absolute wrong direction. I need to not hit the left stick at all. I need to let this bounce me back a couple times. We may hit a dead end here, frankly, for the game. There very well may just be a dead end. Yeah, I'm moving just the right stick. And we're right on the valve. We're just not getting enough momentum, I think. We'll see if maybe I can move myself a little bit closer. Like, theoretically, this would be increasing your gravity each time and you'd be going higher. But it doesn't work that way in Portal games. Definitely not anywhere close to hitting that. Alright. Alright, try that again. Gonna go ahead and put the portal this direction because I think that probably turns us around the correct way. And go. That's not high enough. Alright, so that's not the solution. Then there has to be a different solution. A higher location where one can place themselves without losing this portal one way or another. Well, let's look at this. If I was to say put this here and then make a portal here and then take this and throw it. Okay. Then that potentially lets me put this portal there. And I can go grab the cube and we can take it with us. I don't know if that helps anything, because you can't really stand on cubes or anything like that. They don't rocket you up. There may have been once or twice that I've accidentally done something like that, but it clearly was never intentional in Portal 2. Well, regardless, it's probably the right move to do this. Okay. Now you can't get into that part as that is. So I could make an orange go here and it really wouldn't help me. Yeah, I don't know how this helps anything. Like I can make a blue appear. But if I make a blue appear, then I lose that. I can make an orange appear, but to get to either one of those doors, then I have to make a very different puzzle solution. Is there a way to get into this room and really solve this? Well, let's try this. How about this for an idea? Place that here. And then we'll erase that. We'll put a blue here. Maybe kind of needed an orange. You gotta do this in a specific order. Orange here, take this off. Open this door. Toss that blue here. Come through here. Take this with us over in this general direction. Okay. Is there possibly just a solution there to that? Doesn't seem like it. Definitely doesn't seem like that's the solution. But what if we were to go back through this section and then possibly make a path over to that? And I don't see how you do that. Let's get rid of the blue and then you're back to square one. Get rid of the orange and you're probably back to square one. But whatever, we'll see. See how this works. Put that back where it was. Okay. Is there any other way to get height or to move that into position? No, because there really isn't a switch over there. Is there some angle of a portal? Like anything at all that could get you high enough? No, it really doesn't seem like that's the case. It seems like you're forever doomed to have to come back this direction and then use that and that to get up. And then use that and that to get back to where you were. And I've pretty much figured out it's always to the right. Over here, just have a good look to make sure we're not missing anything. If there was a way to get a portal on this section by some way and have this door open, I could jump out and we could hit it. But how? What are options? We've got a wall here that can do nothing. A wall here that can't really do anything. And the floor. Well, if I had, let's say, a blue here, and then I took the cube and put it on that part, and then I went through the blue again, it would just put me back to where I was down on the floor. Wouldn't let me jump up anywhere. It so feels like these doors should just be easy to break. I kind of wish there was a hint. Like I'm just totally lost. And you'd think the game, if it had any hint systems, would tell me at this point. We need this door because we need to get up here. Is there any way there could be anything else on this switch besides this box. Seemingly no. Is there any other area in this map that I've missed that's like visually different? There's a slight angle here. What does that button do? Oh man, really? Don't tell me that there was a whole section to this that I had missed. Alright, well, I gotta save myself some sanity and put an orange portal there. Let's see what this button does. Okay, not a valve. Okay. Oops. Yeah, that changes a lot. That changes a heck of a lot of stuff. In fact, that pretty much completely changes the entire puzzle, making it way easier than it seemed at first. Like honestly, there's only potentially a slight challenge at all. Okay. Take that one off. Come over here. Toss that on. And then we just need an orange. And then that puts us at blue over here. And there's just so much paint, it totally doesn't matter.
Good job, Mel. See that pipe there that the repulsion gel's leaking on? That'll take you to the pumping station. Jump down and walk on it. Oh, and try not to fall off. That goo down there is corrosive, and it doesn't like human skin.
And so that changed this element. And they're gonna just have us walk on this pipe. Apparently all the way up, so we're not even taking an elevator. That's quite the angle. Also takes us away from the angle, the puzzles. So we're not just going to potentially follow puzzles forever. It looks like it's fairly safe to jump down with our long fall boots. Yeah, I kind of like that. We're getting, I think, to area 3. I think we are going to be in a fairly safe situation. I'm not sure I can safely get over to that side. Maybe here we can see we're getting back to more of the facility side and less of the testing side of the game, of this world. Seems to be a lot of crates of poisonous gases. This might be before the neurotoxin was released and killed everybody in the facility, but that happened in the building on top. That seemingly wasn't the reason why people died down below, but maybe it was. Who knows? For all we know, Virgil is has been misprogrammed and is idiotic and wrong.
This next chamber is a giant microwave. If your internal organs begin to combust, you may want to start solving the test quicker.
So here's another vitrified puzzle. Now, Virgil's an interesting name because it's Virgil that leads Dante through Dante's Inferno and the other two books by Dante, Paradiso and what's the other one in the middle called?
Now, according to my records of this room, there should be a turret shooting range at the far side of the room. If you can get through there, you should be able to get to the 4th testing track. That'll take you up to where I am.
Yeah. Purgatory is the middle story of Dante's Inferno. So in Italian it was probably something like Purgatorio. So we're gonna take on some turrets, and I don't know if there'll be modern turrets or old turrets or a little bit of both. And then it seems like we're gonna kind of get out of this area, which might be very useful. Here we can see either the Rat Man or someone else writing directions as to where we're supposed to go. Here we have clear windows indicating that we can get through, but how do we get through and do it safely? I feel like in Portal 2 you were able to hold I feel like they probably should just save out of safety. That last puzzle was rather frustrating. Yeah. That's kind of what I figured would happen. Nice checkpointing, although the audio probably didn't need to fade out. Could have just played consistently. Alright, so how are we gonna speed run through this area? We need to figure out how to get this to drop more acceleration goo. And so we've got pipes all over the place. They clearly were making massive amounts of this goo for what seems like no real purpose, because there's not any other point where it's useful or used.
The propulsion gel seems to be offline. You gotta turn it on somehow. There's a control room above you. Find a way to get up there. Now.
Interesting that it gives you a hint. A hint there. Alright, I think I see somewhere up there there's gotta be a surface that you can portal to. This kind of feels like a big boss fight section. Alright. So the columns equal safety. So we've got to figure out either an angle to shoot up to the next column area, or something else that is relatively white. Well, I don't think that was supposed to work that way, but I glitched through the grate, I guess. Theoretically, let's just say I glitched a portal through the side of the grate to get up to this point. In reality, I think I just glitched it completely. Right, where is the control button? Is it higher? Is it yeah, it's probably that control room over there. So it looks like you would want to either crawl on the edges to get over to that section, which that doesn't feel very portal-like, or shoot yourself across that great distance. And it doesn't feel like there's a portal. I'm not seeing any portal surfaces. There is a tube that's broken, so if there was another tube somewhere around here that you could crawl into, that might be interesting. Yeah, there's a very dangerous catch-22 with this type of gameplay, though. Like, on one hand, it feels like it's very nice to do something different. On the other hand, it feels like we are running into a dangerous scenario where we just aren't actually going to play a game that feels like Portal. You know what? Let's see if we can zoom down, shoot through the window. This is stupid. I'm gonna admit it first and foremost, but I'm gonna just jump down and shoot an orange portal and see if I can fling myself right at the guy. No, I can't do that. But I guess that will help us at least a little bit figure out where we might want to go. See, that surface doesn't seem like it's clean. That surface does seem like it's clean. That surface seems like it's clean. That surface seems like it's clean. So, oh, this is easier than it seems. This is just a double fling.
That was odd. Normally when people do that sort of thing, they just fly through the hole in the wall. I guess not this time.
Interesting. That does imply that this has happened before. And is there anything really interesting to look at? Don't think so.
That gel should help you get past those turrets.
So that oddly overcomplicated things by having this whole section up there with a hole at the top. Had that not existed, it would have been a lot more obvious as far as what was expected to happen. And in all fairness, there might be something more to all of this than just that slight acceleration. Do I want to potentially put a bit of a path here too? That'll give me a bit more acceleration. And which lines up any better. This does feel like, unless the game gives you a free pass, you have a high chance of failure here. Oh man. And you do, even if you get right.
That gel should help you get past those turrets.
You do have a high possibility of failure either way. So we'll take that into understanding. that up. And this time I think I'm gonna just try to go a little bit to the right. Oh, I didn't realize those guys could shoot at me through the window.
Good. That gel should help you get past those turrets.
A lot of deaths for a Portal game. I don't think you die once in Portal 1 or Portal 2. You can, certainly, but odds are low. There's the surprise at the end of Portal 1. That would be a slight opportunity for them to kill you, but Portal 2 really doesn't even give a lot of opportunities then. Right. If I die one more time, it probably would behoove me to just right to avoid a lot of things. See, I don't get this whole cardboard thing. Science and Award, Aperture Science 1945. It's an award. Interesting. And we've got a circuitry. And I guess this is know your paradoxes in event of a rogue AI.
There should be an override switch on the wall. If you pull it, it will open the door.
We're getting more tutorial and more help. We might run into a paradox in this story. They hint at paradoxes and joke on it in Portal 2, but they really don't do anything with it. And this looks like an odd circuit breaker. And you can't really jump over things, so I don't know if we're really going to be able to go down there and check out things like that.
Great. Should be a straight shot to the next testing track. Go to that door down at the very end. You know, the one with the giant wheel on it.
So, Virgil seems to have been locked away. And I do have that portal, so I could portal myself down there. But we'll probably go through a...
Do it again. It'll open this time, I swear. Just give it some elbow grease.
Hmm.
Oh, come on, you've got this. One more shot. Well, great. You can fling yourself all over the place and get past some old turrets that are firing live rounds, but you can't get a door open? What kind of Olympian are you? Alright. Let's see what we can do. There's a longer route through a repulsion gel pumping station. Guess you're going to have to go that way.
So, yeah. Apparently, that was going to be the short, easy way, and even though this game is going to be fairly short anyways, we kind of knew it wasn't going to be that easy.
You can get through this pumping station and prepare yourself to get out of Bravo Volta into the Lima Whiskey testing track. That should bring you closer to me and to your own escape from this facility. Alright,
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking. What on earth is going on here? Well, Aperture's early tests weren't always that successful. You were unlucky. That was the worst test Cave Johnson ever greenlit. But it's nice for me to have an Olympian at my disposal. Yeah, I have that information from you at the 1936 Nuremberg Olympics. You should have gotten that silver medal.
So the Nuremberg Olympics implies you might very well be being not an American, like a Nazi.
Your motor skills may drop during this next test. We put a bunch of gray matter emancipation grills in the chamber. Don't worry though, if you somehow make it to the end without becoming a vegetable, we can provide you with a brand new brain. Probably.
So you can get down to this area. Then there's a whole section here that maybe we'll loop back onto some of these sections.
Messaging all over the walls in this next test. So if you feel the sudden urge to buy a bunch of Aperture Science merchandise afterwards, we'll count that as a success.
Interesting. See, the problem with this leaking gel is you can't put a portal on it, so unless there was a specific reason you needed to bounce on the leaking gel in that very specific spot, it seems to just be there to remind you that gel is being pumped. Maybe we've made it to Act 2. Isn't a door we can't open? Isn't a door we can't open? Here we can hear the newer portals through the wall, newer gun turrets through the wall.
The local zoo made an offer we couldn't refuse, so you may encounter several grizzly bears and or lions in this next test.
So they had somebody doing Cave Johnson, and they had somebody doing Virgil. I still don't think that this is actually the same voice actor. See, it'd be very weird for a community mod game to potentially... That's weird too, to have a emancipation grid right behind the door. It'd be weird for a community mod, even a decently made one, to be able to get and pay the rate of a voice actor. Well, seems like there's a couple different pathways. Branching pathways in a portal game is an interesting thought. Although I guess the real question here would be, is there some kind of achievement? Can we call for help? What's the real point of being able to reach this room? Be kind of funny if we ran into like a robotic AI typewriter. Yeah, but there's nothing in this room. Just extra. Extra for no reason. Which I could imagine making a portal game and having collectibles and having just extra rooms to find collectibles. Although I would say Portal probably has its own form of extras in like visual storytelling that you find little hints of what was happening in the storyline being told based on objects being left around. Well, let's go ahead and save. And then let's go ahead and load and see what it says. It says Act 2 past power, so apparently we're still there, or that wasn't the latest load. Nope, that probably still is it, so it doesn't seem like we've changed much. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, you can friend me on Steam and give me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.